Hi everyone, my name is Dalish Rainlily. Begin talking, before I begin my discussion or anything, I just want to point out that this is my first recording of all time on YouTube. So if I sound bad or if you don't like the way I'm talking or, just pure hate, and you have the desire to throw muffins at me or something, so be it. I'm not gonna apologize. This is my first time, getting my feet wet and I'll get better as time progresses. Um, so I'm going to be talking about Dragon Age Origins. Um, as all you fans know about Dragon Age, Dragon Age Origins came out 5 years ago, and then Dragon Age 2 came out. Um, oh, I'm sorry, and Dragon Age Awakening came out in between that. And now, we're gonna have Dragon Age Inquisition coming out in November, and everyone's super stoked. Everyone's really excited about it. So I wanted to take the time to talk about Dragon Age Origins, and for me, anyways. I could talk about this for hours, but I'm gonna try and keep it as short as possible. Um, when I first started playing Dragon Age Origins, 5 years ago, I didn't look up the information or anything. I just walked into GameStop and I couldn't seem to find a game to like. And so I saw Dragon Age and I was like, oh, dragons! I was like, yes! So I just took it, did not do any research, and I ended up falling in love with this game. Like, I have a copy for my 360 and my PC. Um, when I first started playing the game, I kind of leaned towards the rogues and the warriors only because in every game that I've played, I've always dealt with magic. I've always been the healer. I've always been those supporting roles. I never really got into like the spears and the swords and the big war hammers and stuff. But I gave it a chance, and the very first character I basically played was a city elf. Now I want you all to know when I play Dragon Age or Mass Effect or any game that has character customization, I have to play a female. Believe me, I have tried so hard to play a guy, and I've played half the games as a guy, but I end up just stopping, it's just awkward for me, really. Um, I played as a city elf rogue female, um, and when I played the game, I was really sad. Like, I was not sad, I was angry. Like, I called everyone a Shem while I was playing this game. Like, I kid you not, called everyone a Shem, spoon ears. I just let them have it. And when I got to getting more into the storyline, which is really amazing. After I did Ostagar and I got, Morgan and Alistair and my humble Mabari, I decided the first place to go to was the Circle of Magi. And the Circle of Magi, I just thought whatever, but when I found out about the Rite of Annulment and what they were going to do to the mages, I was like, what the hell? I didn't understand what was happening. I didn't know the story about the mages. And a friend of mine requested, like, you know what, like, try it with the Magi first. Try it with magic, mage, whatever. And I was like, okay, you know what? F it. Like, I've always played as a mage. Let me try it, right? Oh my god. I fell in love with the mage. Like, I instantly fell in love with the mage story. Like, it was the best storyline that I've seen in a long time. Because, you start off getting to understand about mages. You're instantly thrown into the Fade, which is basically the dream world. Um, yeah, the dream world. And you realize, like, the mages, my goodness, even when they're asleep, they're in danger. I mean, by day, you have the Templars literally in every single room. I'm pretty sure they even take a bath with the Templar there watching you. There's just no trust. And then when you go to sleep, boom, desire demons like waiting for you, just like come hither, you just and I got to understand about blood mages. I've never seen anything like that. So for me, I got to understand the blood mages, and you have your best friend, Jowen. It's the city elf story. You're basically getting married. Your fiance dies, or if you're the guy, your girl leaves you if you survive, which is lame. Um, that was the mage experience is totally different because I you have to understand as a gamer, I connect to all the characters, to the storyline, like as if I was literally in the story. And from what I understood about the mage, story, you have, you know, Irving, the enchanter, and he's like a father to you, but you have your friend Jowen, who's like your best friend. And if you grew up your whole life in the circle, he's basically like your brother in a sense, if that makes sense. You know, he's like family to you. They're both family in a sense to you. And you're put in this spot immediately because Jowen's having this forbidden romance with Lily. And for all mages like myself who love Colin, it's bound to happen. This little, like, especially in the Inquisition that's coming out, I'm sure all you mages out there are probably going to get to Colin at some point. Don't lie to yourself. um, just that forbidden romance to me is cute, but Jowen fell in love with a Chantry's sister, which is kind of bad. It's kind of like falling for a nun. It's really bad. But you're put in a spot where you have to either help him escape, or you agree to it, but you tell your father figure, Irving. And all of us, I mean, I'm pretty sure we all taken the time to do both of them, but in a situation like that, you don't know what to do. It's just, my goodness, it's a different experience, than any other storylines, you know, and whatever it really is, whatever it is you decide to do, yeah, you have to see the outcome of it. You get to understand why the Templars fear mages. You don't see, like, when I play the game, I never see John as a blood mage. He just looks like this guy who just a really weak mage. But once he slit his hand for Lily, my goodness, like, you realize anybody can be a blood mage. And I won't lie, I've dabbled in blood magic, but only because I was really, really curious. Um, you understood, though, why Templars feared them. But when you hear about the rite of annulment, you mages have the right to also be scared. I mean, you do the harrowing, you either survive the harrowing where you literally have to defend yourself against demons, and even if you fall to it and you wake up, you're still gonna die. It pretty much sucks. I'm surprised that many mages survived, but then again, they've always been small, so I don't know anymore what's real and what's not. I don't know what's the truth. Um, but just the storyline for the mages blew my mind, and I realized this is the story. This is what I'm always going to follow. And I've played this game so many times that I've eventually got to play as a dwarf, and I love playing as a dwarf, but I'm short, so yeah, it didn't really like pop out to me compared to the elves. Like, we're already human, okay? And some of us are unfortunately born very short, so neither of them really were helpful for me. I'm more of an elf person. And it kind of sucks. I was kind of hoping that they would have like a Dalish mage in Origins, but that's okay because they're gonna make it up in Inquisition, and that's my first gameplay, by the way. That's what's gonna happen. Um, yeah. Another great thing about Dragon Age Origins that I loved, and I'm pretty sure most of you, if not all of you, will agree with me who've played the game, is that I love how BioWare, let you get connected to these characters. As I said before, I'm the type of gamer where I literally get connected to my characters. Like, I act as if though they are my best friends. Like, I only romance Alistair. I've romanced Zevron before, but it was a complete accident, and I just could not do it. Like, he's fun, but I just could not do it. And I have played as a male Grey Warden, but it was only to romance Morgan and Liliana for a second. Now, my point of view, what I think about the characters is I love how BioWare let you understand why each character acted the way that they acted, how they were. Like, yeah, basically, like, you understood why Alistair was the way he was, why Morgan was kind of like, grouchy, but fun grouchy. She's like that friend that we wish we had. And Liliana, I never liked her. I'm sorry. Like, she's one of those girly girls that just love shoes. Like, oh my god. And it's true. Okay, she was sizing up Morgan one time and freaked me out a little bit. It was funny, but it kind of freaked me out almost some at the beginning when I first heard it, literally. But, I got to respect Sten. I got to love the Qunari. I love Oghren. He's like the best dwarf friend that you could have until you get to Dragon Age 2. You'll understand. But yeah, I just love how BioWare let you get connected to the characters in such a way that I was like, oh my gosh, like I had a hard time picking who to take with me, but because I was a mage, like I could really never take Wynne or Morgan, you know. But Wynne, I didn't really like Wynne either because I'm already a healer. No offense, I'm already a healer, so I had no reason for her. Dragon Age Origins really did. This was like the setup for Dragon Age franchise. That's just what it was. Origins set it all up. This game let you understand Grey Wardens, how it came to be, what their purpose was, about the Darkspawn, about the old gods, just all that stuff. You got to understand truly Dragon Age. This is an era, you got to understand it. And they brought out Liliana, who's going to be coming out in Dragon Age Inquisition. I would love to see Oghren again, in one of the Grey Warden outposts. But if he is controlled or something, I will feel terrible. Sten, I hope we see again, but he might not come out because he is true to the Qun. Sadly, I wish he was a Tel'Vajal so I could just hire him to come with me everywhere. Zevran already made his appearance in Dragon Age 2, and I read actually that the voice of Zevran is coming out as Inquisition as a voice as an Inquisitor. So if he comes out, it's going to be very brief because we will get confused. We are Dragon Age supporters. We're fans. We know the difference in voices. We know. So I don't think Zevran will be appearing. But I do know Alistair will appear again. And I hope, seriously, I think in Dragon Age 2 he was looking for you. So I think either as a king, if you married him as a Queen Grey Warden, or as a friend, if you guys were just friends, I still think he'll come out as king. But if he stayed as a Grey Warden, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be with your warden if they survived, friendly or romantic, or maybe he finds you. Ooh, la la. Also, what I also believe about Dragon Age in Origins is that they set up Liliana, as I said before. Also Morgan. I mean, they came out with these DLCs. They came out with The Awakening. They came out with The Witch Hunt. Liliana's song. As I said before, I don't like her because she romanced my Alistair if I didn't survive. So, no bitch. You won't get my approvals. Yeah, they set up Morgan. And if you romanced her, it'd be interesting to see because if you went with her through that mirror, if you romanced her, it'd be interesting to see what happens, because you're basically gone. But I'm pretty sure she could just call you out of that mirror anytime she needs you if you survived. I don't know. It'd just be interesting to see for me. But she was gone. She had a baby. I think, I'm a female, so I've always had to ask my lover to do it. And when I first played the game, yeah, I think I said it before, I sacrificed myself because I was mad at Alistair, but I've always made Alistair after that sleep with her so he can be with me, so he can survive. So it'd just be interesting to see what happened to the baby. I'm pretty sure even if you didn't sleep with her or Alistair didn't sleep with her, I'm pretty sure she had a baby anyways from somebody. I don't know. It'd just be interesting where the baby's at. And I didn't get a chance to kill Flemeth. I can kill her on my 360, but not on my PC, which is ridiculous. I don't know. It'd just be interesting to see. So I'll talk more about Dragon Age 2 later on and Awakening together. Do the pros and cons like I did about Origins. Please subscribe. Thank you for listening this long. I'm surprised I talked this long. I want to talk more, but I don't think I'm going to survive without water. So yeah, just please subscribe, like me, send me a comment. If any of you out there are Templar supporters, because I'm a full mage supporter, I do believe the chantry is necessary. Only if you do blood magic or if you seriously want to hurt someone in a bad manner, then yes, I think you should go to the circle. But if the Dalish and their mages can survive this long without a circle, I think like we can too. And I say we because I'm a mage for life. I believe we can survive without the circle, but I believe it's also necessary. I'm a supporter. But if any of you out there are Templar supporters where you believe that you should just smite me just by looking at me, then hit me up. Maybe we could talk about it. Because watching all these videos, I've seen that everyone's mostly the mage supporter. If someone out there does not like mages whatsoever, if you think that we should be smited or if you think we should be collared and everything like the Qunari mages are, hit me up. We could talk about it, post it on here maybe, or if you want to just talk it out and not tell everybody about it, that's cool with me too. It would be interesting to talk about somebody from and hear both sides of it. I'm just saying. So thank you. Please subscribe, like, whatever. Throw me muffins. Peace.